we're a stem cell company, and we're kind of a different kind of stem cell company, right? We try not to think about stem cells just as simply as tools for research. We actually look at them as technologies, right? Like a transistor or a microchip. And just like a microchip, right, these MSCs or just general stem cells, they still need to be manufactured to certain quality specifications, and then just as importantly, delivered to customers in formats that enable them to easily incorporate this technology into the products that they're developing, right? So we really see stem cells as the microchips of tomorrow's regenerative medicine products, right? So 4 years ago, we launched essentially stem cells for mass consumption, right? We're a products company, right? We sell vials of cells, we sell bottles of media, but just by buying our products, right, anybody with basic sterile techniques can become an expert stem cell manufacturer, right? They get access to the most sophisticated MSC manufacturing processes at a fraction of the cost. And our goal is to really radically accelerate the development of regenerative medicine products, which incorporate human mesenchymal stem cells, right? And this is how we're trying to power the stem cell revolution. Oh, there's the slide. So everyone is very familiar with regenerative medicine. It's tens of billions of dollars a market today, growing to hundreds of billions over the next several years. But there is a major bottleneck, right? The stem cells that are being incorporated into many of these products are essentially a scarce resource. And because they are scarce, they are expensive, right? And we founded RoosterBio specifically to address this bottleneck and to get tools into product developers' hands. Again, we're a tools company. Now, we've been revenue generating since month 4, shipping products to paying customers, and our operations are partially funded by cash flow and partially by venture capital. We have an extremely experienced team. I'll get into that a little bit later. We've built now to 25 FTEs with about 10 Ph.D.s on staff, and we've validated our initial business model, right? That we can manufacture these products, and people will buy them and incorporate them, not just into basic research. And we do have academic basic researchers, right? But the majority of our revenue is coming from biotech and pharma who are developing products that incorporate our cells as raw materials and then the media to expand them. The next phase, and this is what we're really excited about, is our CGMP products. So we've been doing RUO for the last few years, but we just released our CGMP media, which I'll go into a little bit more later, but then also our CGMP cells, right? So these are working cell banks to initiate clinical development with. All of our products are designed to remove years of time and millions of dollars from the product development cycle. So new companies that are getting products that are based on MSCs, they can raise less money, they can get to clinic faster, and really just, again, accelerate the entire field. Over the last few years, we have established several significant partnerships. We have a marketing sales partnership with Paul Corporation. With the U.S. Army, we have a CRADA to help develop MSCs towards wounded warrior applications. With a consortium including GenCure, StemBioSys, who presented earlier, as well as the ISR. We won a DoD MTech contract to establish 50-liter bioreactor processes that are completely xeno-free, which we can get to ideally lot sizes of 30 to 50 billion cells. And then just this week, we announced a really important strategic collaboration with BioBridge Global via their GenCure manufacturing center, who they are our contract manufacturer for our CGMP products. And by then our customers that are taking our products and incorporating it into their own products, tech transferring into GenCure, whoever already has the expansion aspects already taken into place. This could also remove tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars and months of time out of the tech transfer process. Again, we're trying to streamline many of the pieces of this process. So we're in MSCs. So I think everybody at this conference understands MSCs. But the important thing about this slide, right, is that MSCs are really being developed to address multiple billion-dollar applications, right? There are tens of different companies. We just heard from one. There's lots of others that are incorporating MSCs into the regenerative medicine products that they're developing. Whether this is whether it's regenerative medicine, whether it's immune modulation, such as the GVHD that we just heard about. These are also the basic building blocks of engineered tissues. Because they've been used in tens of thousands of patients to date with an excellent safety record, they're now being used as Trojan horses to allow for a genetic payload to be delivered to a patient in gene therapy applications. And of course, another exciting piece of the MSC world is these MSC-derived materials, the extracellular vesicles, the exosomes, and these companies that who are our customers, who are developing these regenerative medicine products. They all need the same thing. They all need access to high-quality manufacturing starting materials and manufacturing processes that enable them to very quickly get to the lot sizes needed to run clinical trials. They have scalability built in so that they have a path towards commercial. And that's where we've been spending the last 10, 15 years of our lives. We've now poured this into RoosterBio and are leveraging this, again, to accelerate the industry. So this bottleneck, right, again, is the scarcity of the starting cellular materials that have commercially and clinically that are commercially and clinically relevant, right? So there's many things that are leading to this market dislocation that I won't really get into today. But our expertise is really in the manufacturing processes, and we're delivering products that are enabling our customers' business models to very quickly get to both clinical testing as well as onto the market. So again, we are cell manufacturers, but we are not we don't plan on ever being a contract manufacturer. We have very limited services in our business model. We are a scalable products-based company, right? That is really focusing on removing, again, years of time and millions of dollars out of the product development cycle to very quickly get to clinical testing. So since we launched our company in September of 2013, we've been launching first-in-class innovative products that are still unparalleled. We started out with high-volume cell banks that are, again, at very low population doubling level, paired with bioprocess media, right? So this is very similar to the traditional cell and media business model, right? Vials of cells, bottles of media, but we are addressing the manufacturing markets, right? Which have very different needs, very different certificate of analysis, very different quality parameters. And then we started delivering the kits that the product development and the process development world needs in order to do their work. Multiple donors, scale-up banks that are designed because as you move into larger scale systems like bioreactors, you don't just keep passaging out the cells, you need larger cell banks. Then we've really been focusing on the tissue engineering world, delivering products that are the first living cellular bioink kits. These living cells with the polymers for bioprinting as well as ready to print cells, the first cellular reagent really on the market, and then also bioreactor kits, right? So it takes a long time to learn how to correctly run cells in bioreactors, and we've made these into kits: the cell, the bioreactor, the media, as well as the microcarriers, all kitted up with protocols so everyone can be successful in that first week. Since then, we've been developing completely xeno-free systems. So xeno-free media came on the market, and then just this year we launched the xeno-free cells, the first xeno-free human mesenchymal stem cell on the market. We've been going towards closed systems, and then just last month we released our cGMP media, and our cGMP cells are going through the final rounds of manufacturing. We hope to release those near the end of the year and be on the market early next year. And so this is, kind of really what we're going after, right? So I've been in MSC product development as well as have several people at our company for several years, right? In order to go from discovery, research, optimization through the product and process development process through to the clinical testing, you're talking 7 to 11 years. And this is not a hyper conservative view. If everything goes well, I've seen lots of companies that are stuck in product and process development for 5 to 7 years, easy. But by implementing our systems, which have again been on the market for the last 4 years, people are really radically reducing the time that it takes to go through the different stages. Our R&D products in the research stage quadruple the pace of research. Your cells are always ready, and you're never waiting for the cells, and you can really reduce the research down to 1 to 2 years. Now these cells have a built-in CMC, right? Built-in manufacturing, and so there's a seamless transition over to product and process development. You don't have to go back and redo all of your experiments, and our high volume cell banks and our bioprocess media enables you to rapidly get through process and product development. And then with our relationship with GenCure, where they already have the manufacturing processes already in place at within their clean rooms, we can really get through tech transfer very rapidly and get through manufacturing in a fraction of the time. So this top timeline is what is taking regenerative medicine so long to really come to fruition. And our goal is really to make it really simple and easy to start up a clinical trial using mesenchymal stem cell technology, and we hope to 10x the number of clinical trials that involve MSCs over the next 10 years. So again, everybody understands the massive market potential of regenerative medicine. This slide I really just want to illustrate to everybody that it's not just T cells today. MSCs are a very strong part of the market. Anyone that's been following the number of clinical trials with mesenchymal stem cells is over 700 now, and every year you've been adding almost between 80 and 100 clinical trials. It's doubled over the last 4 years. So it's a very strong market. These cells have a strong signal. We're learning how to commercialize them, but these MSC 2.0 and 3.0 products that I was explaining before, they all need these cell banks that we're producing, and many of them are now our customers. We got a really strong team, right? So I won't go through the team, but everyone here is an MSC expert. I was just looking. Actually, we're so dedicated to mesenchymal stem cells that we recruited a CEO with the initials MSC, and actually her middle initial isn't up there. But Margot Connor's middle name is Sean. I just asked her. So everybody's really dedicated to MSCs. But this, we got alumni from Becton Dickinson, from Lonza, from GE, from Osiris, from Mesoblast, from Athersys, from MedImmune, from Novavax, from Organogenesis, right? So we got a really strong team to execute on our business model. We've been in business for 4 years. We've shipped to our products to 15 different countries around the world. Well over 200 customers and over easily over 100 projects, and a very strong pipeline. Not only do we have really strong market traction with our research grade, or we like to call them development grade cells, we have what all VCs look for: significant product engagement by customers. The people that use our products love our products. They can't live without them, right? And so we got a really good product market fit. Now our next phase of business, again, that we're just launching over the next few months, is the clinical business, right? This is a complete blue ocean. No one is delivering these ready to go, clinical ready cell banks, so you can rapidly start your clinical production. And so we're really excited to get to this phase of the business. The whole team has been working extremely hard to get there. And we're doing so with GenCure as our contract manufacturer. This is in a slide that's a little redundant to everything else that I just said, but we're removing years of time, millions of dollars to both the product development life cycle as well as the clinical translation, and with that we really hope to accelerate the entire field of regenerative medicine. So with that, thanks for listening at the very last talk and the very last day of the partnering conference. So we got a experienced management team. We've been revenue generating since month 4, and a significant market growth ahead. So I'd like to take any questions if there are any.
It's very quickly, and you've achieved so much, so it's really wonderful. A question I have in terms of the clinical. So I understand on the research basis, but once you get to clinical, what is going to distinguish company? Thanks. On the clinical aspect of things, what is going to distinguish what company A versus B versus C get, and how are they going to then have ownership of their product in the clinic for their indication? How are they going to be able to be competitive?
So it's a good question, right? Could you use the mic for the camera? Sure. Yeah. So that's a great question, Manav. And really, you know, our products are really meant for the next generation MSE company, right? The Athersys, the Mesoblast. They've got their processes, they've got their protocols, and I think this first wave of MSEs that are going through trials will get a few really great products on the market. The next generation companies that are the genetically modified companies, the engineered tissues, the exosomes, right? These are generic cell banks for them, and then they layer their technology on top.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought that's where you're going to go with it, but I have to ask.
No, that's fine. And actually, one thing I didn't mention is that the cell banks is a really important aspect. Is that they'll have a drug master file, right? With that, both the cells and the media will have the master files, so that it's a manufacturing starting material that the whole CMC will be on file at the FDA, so that you just reference it as part of your. Okay.
Great.
Yeah. Thanks.